Good morning, children. Today we will study the second topic in economics, that is indicators of growth and development. Before we start today's topic, let me give you an introduction about today's topic. The most important objective of various countries of the world, more so after the Second World War, has been the attainment of economic development. The nucleus of all economic thinking has been the attainment of economic development. Developing countries aim at improving the standard of living of the people by reducing poverty and unemployment, while the developed countries aim at maintaining the prevailing higher standards of living. Has the country achieved economic development or not? If so, how fast it has taken place? How much is the economic development of the country? To know and to measure it, we should consider various factors. Such factors are identified as the indicators of economic development, measuring rods or standards. Through these indicators, a comparison of two countries and two time periods can be done. Just as thermometer measures the changes in temperature of the human body and records it, development indicators measure the country's development. Some of the indicators of economic development are as follows: rate of growth of national income, rate of growth of per capita income, quality of physical quality of life index, human development index. Today, we shall study physical quality of life index in detail. Please refer to page number 20, 21, 22, 23 of your textbook. We shall now understand what is physical quality of life. The objective of economic development is to improve the standard of living of the people. So, to know and measure the economic development of a country and to compare it with other countries, physical quality of life index is accepted as an indicator. Physical quality of life. Standard of living or standard of consumption is known as physical quality of life. Quality of life in human beings depends upon the different types of goods and services that a person consumes. Quality of life in human beings depends upon the different types of goods and services that a person consumes. The standard of consumption refers to consumption by an individual or group of individuals during a given period of time. Consumption includes food, fuel and other non-durable goods, durable and semi-durable goods and services. If the standard of living of the people goes up, the physical quality of life can be said to have improved. Now let us see the aspects of the physical quality of life. Some of the aspects included in the physical quality of life are: the composition of goods and services consumed by an individual during a period of 1 year determines the physical quality of life. The following determinants are included in the list of those goods and services. Food, which includes proportion of calories, proteins and fats. Health and medical service, proportion of doctors per unit of population. Housing and clothing, number of houses, average number of people living in each houses. Education and entertainment, which includes percentage of population getting primary, secondary and higher secondary education, TV, theatres, etc. Transport, communication and information services, which includes length of roads and railway lines by proportion of population, number of telephones. Energy, which includes per capita energy consumption. Pure drinking water available to the population of the country. Average life expectancy. Infant mortality rate. Drainage facility. If there is an improvement in the above 10 parameters, then it can be said that there is an improvement in the physical quality of human life. If there is no improvement, then where improvement is required can be analyzed and remedial measures can be taken to increase the rate of development. Every indicator can be relatively expressed and the indicator having highest value is given 100 points. Nowadays, developing countries give greater importance to improvement of physical quality of life. Increase in national income and per capita income are not the real indicators of economic development, as it has number of limitations. Increasing incomes of the country is concentrated in the hands of few people, which is not development. The development of the country should be such that the living standards of the poor rise. The basic requirements of the citizens should be fulfilled. Keeping this in mind, Morris Davis Morris presented the Physical Quality of Life Index, which in short is known as PQLI. In this index, betterment of physical quality of life of human beings is considered as economic development. If any country's physical quality of life is higher than the other country, then that country is considered as more developed. There are three standards to measure the physical quality, which are depicted in the form of a table in page number 21 of your textbook. The three determinants are extent of education, life expectancy, and infant mortality rate. Let us see the determinants one by one. Extent of education or literacy. This is a very important measuring rod for physical quality of life. Literacy level determines the situation of education in the country. The percentage of literate and educated population out of the total population determine the extent of education in the country. Increase in literacy and education shows rise in welfare of an individual. It is an essential aspect of human efficiency and natural development. Life expectancy. Number of years a child is expected to live on an average at the time of birth is known as life expectancy at birth. It shows the average life of the people. Higher life expectancy indicates improvement in health and medical services, nutrition and environmental situation. It is a reflection of social status and welfare. Infant mortality rate. The number of infants who die before completing 1 year per 1,000 infants every year is known as infant mortality rate. Lower rate of infant mortality rate indicates better healthcare services in the country. It is an intricate reflection of availability of pure drinking water, environment of the house, status of woman and role of a mother. It is a mirror of social status and welfare. Let us see the reasons for using only three determinants. Dependable data for all these factors can be acquired in each country. All these determinants show the results and not the efforts. All these determinants are product based on objective tests, and hence provide the justifiable standards for the comparison of performance. In this, the literacy rate. This is a very important measuring rod for physical quality of life. Increase in literacy and education shows rise in the welfare of an individual. Human efficiency is necessarily an aspect for national development. Life expectancy. Increase in life expectancy is the mirror of social environment and well-being. It is a reflection and consequence of nutrition, medical care and environmental situation. Infant mortality, it is a reflection of social status and welfare. It is an intricate reflection of availability of pure drinking water, environment of the house, status of woman and role of a mother. So PQLI includes literacy level plus life expectancy plus infant mortality rate. Now let us see the formulation of physical quality of life index. Every indicator, literacy, life expectancy, infant mortality, is given 100 weightage. On the basis of the performance of that determinant in that country, it is graded between 0 to 100. A total of these grades or three factors are summed up. The total is divided by 3 to derive an average. The data so derived is identified as PQLI. I request you to look at the example given in the slide. Now let us see the important aspects. PQLI closer to 100. Let us see the important aspects of PQLI. Closer to 100 is the better performance of all the three indices of the PQLI of the country. PQLI closer to 0, bad is the performance of the three indices of PQLI of the country. PQLI is always between 0 to 100. PQLI can be used to compare two states within the country or within two different countries. Higher the PQLI, more is the development, lower is the PQLI, less is the economic development. Let us understand the positive aspects or the merits of PQLI. PQLI includes factors like literacy, life expectancy, that is health, which touch the standard of human life. PQLI is a better index when compared to per capita income index. PQLI as an indicator of economic development has lesser drawbacks as against national income and per capita income indicators. When PQLI can be made between different countries, different groups of countries or different states of the same country, comparisons can be made. We can create PQLI for urban rural areas, females, males, and a comparison can be done. Let us understand the limitations. Only three aspects are included, and on that basis it cannot be categorically stated whether a country has actually developed or not. To get a correct picture, we need to include other factors to the existing ones. Only averages are depicted. The values obtained from three indicators are divided by 3 to obtain PQLI in the form of average. Decisions cannot be made on the basis of averages. Third, if a country's PQLI is high, it cannot be generalized that the economic development is high as against other countries. It is not right to give equal weightage to all indicators. All three aspects do not have same importance in human life. The PQLI of rich countries rise at a slower rate because average life cannot increase beyond a particular limit. These are the limitations of PQLI. Today we come to an end to the topic of PQLI. Please go through from your textbook.